Right, okay. Welcome back to the channel, Instagram, TikTok, whatever you're watching this on. Hello, my name is Ryan McIntyre. I am a personal trainer at Pure Gym Dundee, and we are here to talk about what you need to sacrifice to actually achieve the results you want in fitness. So, this one's not going to be for the faint-hearted. I feel like I'm going to say a lot of things. I'm pretty sure, have I spelled sacrifice wrong? I can't really tell. It does not really matter. However, this one is going to be kind of brute force honesty. And if you really want to get where you want to be, and if you want to go past that, then I'm going to cover everything you need to kind of drop off in your life. And I think you know what you need to sacrifice as well, yourselves. So who am I to speak on this topic? I've given up more opportunities than you could probably imagine. That takes my mind off the athlete mindset. I'm not saying you can't go out and have fun, but I think you should try complete a more committed month to do everything you can to get results and just see how much progress you make. Because once you see the progress, that is the biggest motivator you can have. But however, people just get distracted way too easy. The first few days are always super difficult to go up the most things that you want to pursue. But if you wanted to get in shape bad enough, you wouldn't be sat here watching this video, the honest truth. So, what is my goal? Again, I say this at the start of every video. I aim to create fitness content easy to consume while also documenting my own journey. I'm learning as I go along, so please use what's helpful and forget the rest. Subscribe to my YouTube at masculine_mastery_PT for these free videos I post weekly so you can learn something new every single week. To help you not make the same mistake as me, a lot of people struggle when they go to the gym. I don't even know what I said there. So if you want some extra help, send a DM to my Instagram at masculine_mastery_PT, where we can have a conversation about your situation and what I can do to help. Whether that be free advice or one-to-one coaching, one spot left on my Summer Shreds coaching program, I would love to be of service. Other than that, quick plug is now finished. Let's jump into the main sections. Okay. Oh my God. Topics we will cover. Social events, limiting alcohol or avoiding alcohol, mindless scrolling and distraction, replacing with educational content, stop eating unhealthy takeout, late nights damaging your sleep cycle, snacking, how to calorie track, why sugary drinks are slowly okay, that doesn't make any sense at the bottom. Why sugary drinks are a waste of calories, we'll just say. So alcohol, again, spelled out the wrong at the top, but I've made this really quickly. It doesn't really matter. This is common knowledge, but this can destroy all your progress if you don't use it in moderation. You not only destroy the day you drink, but also the next day as well. Your sleep, recovery, all goes in the bin next day. Without good sleep or recovery, even if you went to the gym and then went out the next night, or went out the same night, your recovery is going to be terrible. If you do go to the gym the next day, you're just not going to get a good session in. It's going to be a complete waste of time. Again, I get it. People like to have fun, but if you're really committed to getting results in the gym, you're going to have to limit or take this out of your life. And I think every single person who's ever stopped drinking has said it's probably the best thing they've ever done. I'm not a fitness, an alcohol hater, a fitness guru, or anything like that. However, that's just kind of my opinion. There's going to be a action step at the bottom of every single one of these topics as well to help you start integrating a better fitness life and start to get the results you actually want to get. So, action step. Try to have social events without any needs for drinks, or limit these events to one drink per night. Social events could include outdoor activities like hiking or walking, where you're not going to drink at all or nothing. And if your friends don't support your fitness goals, then insight, they're probably not your friends. Mindless scrolling. I mean, this one is impossible to beat. Again, I literally have my phone. You can see it in the camera here. I literally have my phone here. And you could probably check the average screen time on this. It's probably about 4 or 5 hours. This one is impossible to beat. However, my tip is to follow/subscribe to people who put out educational content, cough, cough, me, and any kind of fitness YouTuber that does science-based content is quite useful. So at least when you do end up scrolling on Instagram, on TikTok, if you scroll through your follower list, you'll probably end up learning something new or something that could benefit your fitness journey, like how to lose fat more effectively, how to build more muscle, exercises that provide more muscle building, or how to train full body or anything like that. Again, I've put my own brand in there. Distraction comes from within, so figure out what you want to escape, why you want to escape your reality, and work backwards from there. So again, distractions always coming from avoiding the work you want to do or avoiding something avoiding something that you don't want to do. So you often go to obviously the phone world, the video game world, music world. You just want to go away from whatever you have to do. And again, knowing that you have to do it and you're escaping from it is another thing that will make you want to kind of get it done. Eating the frog is what they say. Action step, rearrange your phone home screen with hiding apps away from sight. This means that when you actually do want to go use the apps, you have to search it. So it's a lot more difficult to start scrolling right away. I'm going to show you guys this as well. Let me just quickly unplug my phone. Actually, no, I'll just do it here. So as you can see, there's not many apps there. You have my phone screen. Maybe move it here. I'll take my phone quickly off charge. So you have my phone here. You have my screen time in the top corner. It's obviously mirrored. You have like my fitness app, Spotify, folders for uni, bank accounts, bank account app, fitness. So it's basically just fitness apps and music, and then obviously university apps as well. So again, that's kind of who I want to relate to. That's who I want to identify as: an athlete, a student, and obviously a couple banking account apps to actually get my money up. But again, it just means that when I have to use an app like YouTube, again, I've got YouTube on my phone, I've got Instagram on my phone, but I've got to actively go and search for it. Okay, next one. Stop eating unhealthy takeout. Not only is this resetting your progress, the food often sits in your stomach and makes it definitely difficult to operate the next day. Just like alcohol, occasional meal once a week, making sure you aren't breaking the calorie bank, will usually reduce bloat. So again, I'm not saying you can't have a meal every single day or a cheat day once a week. However, I would say instead of getting a cheat day, I would say change that to a cheat meal. So again, lunch, dinner, pick a meal where you just kind of eat your favorite foods wherever you want. However, I would still make sure you've got some sort of calorie consciousness in the back of your mind. Just when you're eating that food, you're not kind of just going crazy, because then, again, one day of bad eating won't affect you. But if you wake up after eating double the amount of calories you usually would, the next day is not going to be kind for you, especially if you're going to work out the next day. Notice the title. Certain options, choices, food, places can still provide crucial nutrients your body will need to peak at the highest point. So action step, next takeout or dinner, look at the menu and create a plan of action and understand what foods will be best to support your fitness goals. Most track calories, so again, even if you're to go to McDonald's, Burger King, you can see the calories on there. Again, I don't usually like only looking at calories because then you don't know the proteins, the carbs, whatever. But again, at least at that point, you can still eat the same amount you usually would without obviously breaking the calorie bank. You can always ask somebody to make the food healthier by, like the chefs, by not making it get cooked in oil, or obviously as a side, you could have, instead of chips, you could have like baked potatoes. You know what I mean? Like there's this small swaps that's going to create a lot less calories without even changing the foods that much. Okay, next one, we have late nights damaging your sleep cycle. On weekends, we often like to think because we have no work, we can do whatever we want in terms of our sleep and awakening times. However, the lack of consistency is resulting in very poor sleep, and it is causing you to not feel at your best and not have a peak performance the next day. The melatonin release will cause our bodies to be tired at random times in the day, causing tons of fatigue, which is why tons of people don't go to the gym on weekends. Action step: set alarms for when you go to bed instead of when you wake up. This is a game changer. I know Alex Hormozi always says this. You will solve 99% of your problems if you set a time for when you go to bed, like let's say 11 p.m., and just let your body naturally wake up to get the most rest it can possibly get. And sleeping on time will create a more peaceful, easier, restful sleep. If you constantly went to sleep at 10, that means your melatonin release will constantly get released at about 9:30. So you'll naturally be tired every single 10 o'clock. And again, this is why late nights like going out, drinking alcohol, you'll naturally get sleepy by about 10 o'clock, even if you're going out for the night out. So again, it's very beneficial. And don't get me wrong, not every night we're going to have a great night's sleep. Sometimes we have just a lot of stress going on in our lives. But again, this is 90% of the time. I'd say 80% of your sleep in your life should be like these. Snacking. The entire idea of snacking creates a terrible problem for our bodies. As most traditional snacks, most of these are insanely easy to overeat on. I often snack on fruit when my body craves food around my meal times. So again, if I do get really, really hungry, I have fruit there. And I haven't bought any unhealthy snacks to eat. Again, even if I was, my body just naturally doesn't like. After not eating that kind of like sugary foods, after about 2-3 days, you're not even like attracted to eating that food anymore, if you know what I mean. Tracking calories makes snacking so much more appealing because you know you've got to log it right after for your daily intake, and you obviously don't want to do that because you don't even know how much you're eating in terms of portion sizes. So when you track your calories, you're not going to be bothered to basically put that in. Action step: increase meal sizes and have a meal every 4 hours or so. So this will give your body the right hunger cues to avoid snacking in between meal times. Also use chewing gum or zero sugar fizzy drinks or 0 calorie fizzy drinks. Again, they're not exactly 0 calories, and don't get me wrong, they've got a bunch of ingredients in them, but they're great for craving hunger, especially with the carbonated drinks. It just means that your body will naturally be less hungry just because it feels more full, even with consuming no calories or very little. My final point of the day, I need to pick up the mic again and just quickly drop it. Hold on, let me get a quick drink. Okay, my final point of the day is sugary drinks, like I just mentioned in the previous slide. This might come as a surprise. Fizzy drinks, energy drinks, and probably the worst of all of them, fruit juices, are insanely bad for you. And I can probably lump that in with just liquid calories in general, because when you drink these, again, don't get me wrong, like when you drink these, you don't even notice you're consuming calories. Although fizzy drinks do make you feel a little bit more bloated and you don't want to eat as much just because of the carbonated water and juice. However, fruit juices you can consume tons of, and fruit juices are marketed to be healthy. And when most people get a meal deal, they get one of these free drinks 90% of the time, with these drinks often having more sugar in them than the recommended intake for the day. So I'd say next time you get a meal deal or go to Tesco's, replace these with 0 sugar counterparts. They taste the exact same and pretty much. And not only you'll save calories, but also your health too, because the reduction of sugar will definitely make you crave less foods that are bad for you and crave more foods like nutrient-dense foods, obviously like seeds, chicken, nuts, fish, eggs, pretty much all this quote-unquote boring foods. The kind of reduction in sugar, don't get me wrong, you can still have sugar and like yogurts and stuff, but the reduction in sugar, kind of this artificial sugar, this added sugar, it will make you make a lot better food choices. So, final takeaways of this presentation then. Look, don't get me wrong, we all want to minimize sacrifices as much as possible, However, this is just if you want to reach the top at the quickest and most sustainable way possible by utilizing things that align with your goals. So again, I'm not expecting you to take all this on the chin and just instantly sacrifice this all at once. You do it bit by bit, see what you're capable of sacrificing, what you don't want to give up, because we all have things we don't want to give up. So is the result really that worth it? Can you get to your result without giving up your favorite thing, if that's alcohol, sugary drinks, or anything like that? That's just something to ask yourself. So I want to finally close off by reminding you of my goal. Again, if you feel like you struggle with fitness or are a beginner in fitness and want to get in better shape, send me a DM on Instagram, or again, you can check out my YouTube for free information like you're probably watching this on now. And again, you can send me a DM and have a conversation about online coaching or even in-person coaching, just depending on the location. But I'd love to try help you out. Obviously got a bunch of free material you can grab in my Instagram bio. But other than that, I hope you found this presentation helpful. And if you want to, final thing I'm going to end it on is if you want to reach the top, you're going to have to sacrifice a lot more than what you're doing already. That's all from me today, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.